Well, the Russian news agencies are saying that Vladimir Putin is in Mariupol. I would be also careful. Even we see pictures, we know that Vladimir Putin also uses doppelgangers for visits, and he's not known for traveling around on the front line. However, be it him, be it a doppelganger, well, this is highly symbolic. It is seen as a provocation on two levels. The first one is that Vladimir Putin, he's the head of state, but now it's been 2 days. He's also been a wanted war criminal. So this is a provocation towards the international community, first and foremost. It also shows how little he cares about the search warrants issued by the International Criminal Court. The second provocation, of course, it's towards Ukraine itself. He's traveling in occupied territories, and he's traveling to the city that has really been seen here as a martyr city, as one where war crimes were perpetrated, at a scale that really shocked not just in Ukraine, but also internationally. Of course, I'm talking about Mariupol. I'm talking about this bombing on hundreds of civilians who were taking shelter in the theater there. This is one of the war crimes that will be investigated both here and by the international community. So this visit comes as a provocation. It also comes as a communication operations for Vladimir Putin, and it comes at a moment where the Russian army hasn't really been able to bank on victories on the front line, and at a moment where we see Yevgeny Prigozhin, the head of the Wagner mercenary group, rising to prominence in the media, and the fact that Vladimir Putin also comes to the front line for his first visit to Donbass. This also shows that there's a battle of communication, not just on the international stage, but also within Russia between Yevgeny Prigozhin and Vladimir Putin.
And meanwhile, while Vladimir Putin is taking this driver's tour around what was one of the bloodiest battles throughout the conflict so far, and he's taking himself around Mariupol, we're hearing that elsewhere in the Donbass region, Ukraine are saying Russia has targeted civilians with cluster bombs in Kramatorsk. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. Ukraine says that cluster bombs were used in Kramatorsk in the latest use of them. Kramatorsk has been bombed, almost every day since the beginning of the full-scale war. Remember the Kramatorsk train station bombing with dozens of dead last year. The cluster munitions bombing and accusations, they are not new. This is just the latest occurrence. There's 10 people injured, 2 dead. There are civilians. This bombing occurred on the park in the city center, so there's no, critical infrastructure, no military infrastructure that could have been targeted. It is a deliberate attempt to target civilians, but it's not the first time cluster bombs are being used. Russia hasn't ratified an agreement on not using cluster bombs, and of course the damage caused by those bombs against civilians is maximum.